Well, LA could soon have a lot more voters in city elections. The city council took the first step toward giving non-citizens the right to vote. The proposal will appear in your November ballot.
Sounds controversial.
Yeah.
Here to break down the measure is the director of the Los Angeles Initiative at the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs and former city council member Zev Yaroslavsky. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Good to be with you this morning.
All right. Yes,
we know it's early,
Zev. Thank you. Let's talk about this measure, though, that asks voters to give the city council the power to approve a law asking non-citizens to vote. Voters will see the measure on the November ballot now. It's based on the idea that anyone who lives in the city and contributes should be able to vote. Do you think voters will approve of this? I have to believe this is controversial.
Yeah, I suspect it's controversial, and I don't know what the odds are of it passing or not. The city council yesterday took the first step towards doing that. I think there's some reticence about it on the council. I watched the debate yesterday. I think they're going to have to deal with a number of logistical problems because we're talking about non-citizens. How do they register to vote? How does the county registrar handle this? Because they handle all the elections. How do they discern who can vote just on the local races? That's what they're talking about. They can only vote on the local races. So like on the election 2 weeks ago, the governor's race would not have been, they would not have been able to vote on it. Yeah. So how does the registrar differentiate between that and a city council race? So I think there are a number of issues that have to be resolved before they can even execute this. Approval, first of all, the voters are going to have a chance to weigh in. They have to decide to do it. Right. Whether they will approve it or not is up in the air. I don't know. I suspect it'll be controversial. Secondly, if they do approve it, that only gives the city council the authority to do it. The city council would then have to execute that plan. And that could take some time.
Right.
Interesting.
And as you're pointing out, a lot of logistics would have to be worked out. Okay, a proposal that did not move forward, but that's getting a lot of attention, is aimed at expanding the city council. Right now, from 15 members, it would be to 25, but the Rules Committee said that measure needed more study. Do you think that was the right decision, especially when you look at this rule not being changed in 100 years and how much LA's population has grown?
Yeah, so I have a conflict of interest. My daughter-in-law is on the city council, but I speak for myself and she speaks for herself. So I'll tell you, I've been opposed to expanding the city council ever since I was a city councilman. And the reason is, and by the way, the voters have been against it. Every time there's been an expansion put on the ballot as a standalone issue, it has lost 2-1. Yeah, the city has grown a lot. So has the United States grown a lot. We still have 435 members of Congress. The last time the city council was proposed for expansion was from 15 to 17, I believe. That lost 65% to 35%. To go from 15 to 25, it would neuter the city council as a body. It would make the mayor even more powerful than he or she is. It would make the council more parochial than it already is. The advantages of doing it, or the reasons to do it, in my opinion, if there are reasons, and there are, is that the city is much more diverse today than it was 100 years ago or even 30 years ago. And there are communities who are not represented on the city council or haven't been. And this is an opportunity to expand that representation. But if you're going to expand it, I wouldn't go from 15 to 25. I mean, the cities that have big city council, Chicago has 50, New York has at least that many. They're not a paragon of virtue when it comes to governmental administration.
All right. Well, Zev, thank you for your opinion and for your expertise in this area. We appreciate it.
It's good to be with you guys.
Yeah, great to be with you. Have a good rest of your morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.